Okay, so we're here joining us. Hello to all of these lovely ladies.
Hi, everyone. How are you? Glad to be here.
So can you tell us, why is it so important to have branding in modeling?
It's a great question. Branding is important in modeling because clients need to know what you're good at. They need to know what you're known for. So immediately when I started modeling, the first thing I did was get a website. So I registered CynthiaKirchner.com. Then I made sure that I had a Twitter and I had, social media down. Then the next thing that I did was I got a corporation. So I incorporated myself. I'm my product. I'm my president. I'm responsible for me. And then I had to just see, what am I good at? I knew that I had great hair, so I became a hair model. I knew that I had a good body for lingerie, so I became a lingerie model. So people started to know me as somebody that modeled jeans, somebody that modeled lingerie, and somebody that modeled hair and did beauty. So that's how clients would get to know me. So when L'Oreal was looking for a hair girl, they're like, Cynthia Kirchner is a really great hair model, because those are the images that I put out there, things that I was good at, stuff that was in my portfolio, all focused on. And that's really how a model really markets herself in the beginning. Because actually, when I started in 2002, there really wasn't the social media that we have now. So actually, if I really think about it, really where the marketing started is that comp card. It's almost like a business card, to others, is that comp card that I give out that gives 4 images that says, this is who Cynthia Kirchner is. So that's really where branding 101 starts as your model. It's the comp card and it's the portfolio. So all the images that you show in that portfolio and that comp card you need to give out needs to say, hey, I'm Cynthia Kirchner and this is what I'm good at.
So for business women that are marketing themselves, how can you give them advice from the modeling world into the corporate world?
Yeah, like I said, it's that business card. That business card needs to represent who you are, what you do people need to figure out who you are in 2 seconds, because if it's not simple and it's not easy and it's not clear and it doesn't look professional, they're going to move on to it is. So that's why they need to have a web presence. You need to have a social media, and it needs to represent who you want to be represented as. If you go to a website, if a website's easy and it's not clean and it's not clear, you're going to go to one that is, because you're going to think, I don't want that product. But then if you see this shiny website, you're going to say, okay, that looks really professional. I'll pay more. I'll pay $20 more to have that product. So I think that in the business world, what's really, really important is that you need to represent yourself in a professional way and how you want it to represent your brand. And that can be done, like I said, in a business card, in social media, in websites, LinkedIn, all those different things. You need to get connected. And that's another thing, more acting, is networking. Professional networks, super important. Getting involved in whatever business that you're in, getting involved in a community and kind of working with your colleagues and your peers is super, super important, because you guys can rely on each other, you can collaborate, and you can create something bigger. So, and when we do it with models too, and actors, we go into each other's movies, we join each other's shows, we join each other's photo shoots, because it does help. It helps each other shine when we help others. So I do think collaborating with your peers, getting a great business card, getting a great website, and having an excellent web presence is very important.
Okay, so when you create your brand, would you say that that is the least or the most important thing that you can possibly do in business?
I think it's one of the first things and the most important thing, because if you don't know who you are, how do I know who you are? And like I said, our world moves very fast. If I can't tell who you are in 2 seconds, I'm going to move on. If I know what you're known for and what you're good at, I know Johnson & Johnson has great body wash. Okay, I'm going to go buy that. I'm not going to buy a car from them. So it's that kind of thing. It's like, I already know what they're good at, and that's what I go for. So branding is super important, because people need to know who you are, what you do in 2 seconds, and they need to be able to rely on you and trust you.
Awesome. Well, you've made a name for yourself in the modeling world. You've traveled internationally, been on the covers of several magazines that many of these women out here have known. But now you're taking a step into the business world and creating your own modeling school. So how are you taking your brand and becoming a business owner yourself?
Great question, Phoenix. And it kind of goes back to what I just kind of left out with trust. It's that it all was a step-by-step process. I said what I'm good at. I hooked the client. The client booked me. So it gave me prestige and it gave me esteem. So now someone else is going to trust me to help them do what I did. So it's really just a system, but it doesn't happen overnight. I really put my time in. I've been doing this now for 15 years. And I had to keep reinventing myself. It's like being Madonna. She's now at Madison Square